Brown has won the toss and the Magpies going to the left of screen in the first quarter. Little breeze here today. If it favours any end, it will probably favour the end to which Collingwood is going in this quarter. Certainly as indicated by the flags at the top of the screen.
Silvani at full-back on Sav Rocker, Dean on Anthony Rocker, and Milhanner on Matthew Francis down the other end. Well, McDonald was on Koutoufides in the goal square, but back goes Michael to pick up Koutoufides.
And the battle between Bradley and Buckley is going to have a big bearing on this match. Rice, first clean possession, puts Carlton into attack. Rice up towards right half forward, and that's a good mark for the Blues. Dragged down for them by Whitehead. Doesn't get too much distance with the kick. Michael a little bit late on the scene. The mark is there, taken by Koutoufides.
Great athleticism. I like the way that Rice hit the ball coming out of the square. Monkhorst got it out, but Rice cutting the back end of the square, cut it off. Got it across to Whitehead, who took a good mark in front of White. And in turn, Koutoufides, who showed his athleticism in jumping for that ball.
Kicked 18 goals for the year. Athleticism he's been big on, but probably he would have preferred to have enjoyed a better season. But maybe we expect too much from him. Kouta, just inside 50. First score of the game. Looks pretty good for the Blues. It's a goal. Great start, Carlton.
Didn't look a good kick the way he dropped that ball onto the boot. He does drop it a long way from his boot. Koutoufides doesn't really direct it down, but nonetheless it was very good. The last great player to wear 43 was one David Mackay, who played with great distinction at Carlton for a long period of time. There is Koutoufides in front. As you can see there, his man, Mel Michael, just did not have a chance.
So first goal of the game, kicked by Anthony Koutoufides.
They're giving him a lot of room, Ian, too, when you see all the players out of the 50-metre semicircle. So Koutoufides a lot of room to move.
Collingwood started with Richard Osborne, Luke Godden and young Wild on the bench. Anstey, Murphy and Hamill on the bench for the Blues. Carlton won the reserves by 38 points, so there's still a chance to play in the finals. And the ball in the air, Matthew Allen gets an emphatic touch on it. Bradley loves to run away. Buckley just helped off the ball there by Hickmott. Kicking towards the full forward area. Trying to run onto it was Clappe, knocked aside by...
He's not
Watson.
quick, is he, Clappe? I just saw him. It's the first time I've seen him really run for the ball. And he's not over-endowed with speed, Matt Clappe.
Well, that is Carlton's major concern. I think the fact that they acknowledge that they lack a bit of pace. But there's certainly plenty of spirit. There's a bump back there as the player kicked the ball. The umpire had a real good look at it, but the kick went wide, out towards half-back. It's still in the field of play, gathered by Whitnell. Gives away a little bit of ground, goes back to Dean. Dean gets it to Mackay. Mackay's kicking towards centre-half forward. Koutoufides couldn't take it. Michael from behind. Made a good contest of it, Mel Michael. And the ball locked up between centre and centre-half forward for the Blues.
Clearly no mark, though, was it?
No, he was from behind, and the Collingwood player, Michael, just jumping in front of him at the last minute, certainly made it a bounce situation.
Collingwood still to cross the centre. It's been all Carlton in the first few minutes. They may now. Wright kicks across his shoulder. It's a foot race. Plenty of good bumps being handed out. That one by Francis. Williams and Bradley. Williams looks for a free kick. The umpire falls over.
It's good to see a big man like Francis did on that occasion, using his weight to advantage.
Brett Allen was the umpire who lost his footing, number 10, so he didn't get a good look at that. So we'll presume the right decision has been made.
Interesting to see Pearce left the screen playing way up the field, usually plays in the forward line. It's Brad Pearce.
Allen and Francis. Ratton. Took a while to get rid of it. Best and fairest winner at Carlton. Kick up towards midfield. Spalding. Haven't seen much of Spalding lately. Whitehead gives it back to him. Spalding off a step. Kicks up towards Koutoufides' territory again, but the mark has been taken by long-time defender and a real Carlton stalwart in Peter Dean.
It's a bad hand pass by Spalding in the centre of the ground. The ball, well, I suppose, a little harder to control because you've got the hard midfield, the cricket pitch area. Whitehead made good of the bad handball, got it back to Spalding.
They may get their first two goals from players better known in defence. Koutoufides first of all, and now Dean. Distance won't be a problem, neither is accuracy. The Blues get their second.
Dean was running off the front edge of the square earlier. He's going up around midfield to pick up kicks. I prefer to see him down in defence.
Well, not at this stage of his career, Don. I don't
You
think.
wouldn't?
No, I think he's very good
a tough
value.
nut.
Yes, but I think he gets run around a little bit now.
Yeah, I just don't think he's good enough to play
Which
forward.
I thought Spalding played this pretty well. I agree the hand pass went to Whitehead's feet, but that kick was a good one. He is an awkward type, Earl Spalding, but by gee, gives value for money. He has done ever since he started playing here in Melbourne. Ratton, quickly, but in his haste, not able to direct the kick, and it's taken by McDonald. Gee, that's not a bad kick by McDonald.
Whoa!
What a clash, and terrific stuff by both players. Francis, that's Tony, he was bumped heavily, and to the congratulatory pats by his teammates, that was a great clash between Tony Francis and Peter Dean.
He's got to go off
Francis.
Well, you'd have to say he did appear to be taken high. Great courage.
Oh, fantastic stuff.
He seems to be
All right.
And
basically
pretty
okay.
and fair. Did you think it was fair?
Well, that was
what-
fair. My
yeah.
word, it was fair.
Well, he
There's
was
nothing
taken
like
high because he's, I don't know whether it is illegal. Depends which way you look at that.
Yeah, I think it might have been a little bit iffy too, Peter. When you watch the replay.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, the umpires give it a free kick, so he must have thought the ball fell to the ground.
I would have
There was
paid
no
the mark. I would have paid that mark. The tackle was
You're
just
generous.
a little bit late.
You
No.
are generous.
No, no, it's
The
dead on.
courage shown by Francis
My
that was
word.
fantastic.
Well, this is Krasiska taking the place of Tony Francis. Tony Francis off the ground because of the blood rule. The kick in towards full forward. No mark taken by Rice. Showed a bit of courage by positioning himself in the front of the pack. Kicked away by Whitnell. Gathered by McDonald. Gets rid of Pearce. And then kicks short and finds Monkhorst. Back to McDonald. Good running provided by McDonald. He kicks towards full forward in the direction of Sav. Rocker. Has that mark been paid? Yes, it has. Got a good grip of
There's a
it, Big
Carlton
Sav.
player down on the back flank. I think it's Silvani. Silvani down. There he is. The ball went up there earlier when Rice flew for the mark. And here it is. Now Rice gets a mark. And Silvani might have just jarred the foot as he went down. You can see they're in pain. Or may have hurt the ribs. I don't know what he's done. Stephen might have had the wind knocked out of him. Looks like he's all right.
Would have wrenched his knee, perhaps.
Don't know, Peter. Looked like it might have been a clash of the bodies, but wasn't an excellent delivery by McDonald, and it just amazes me how players can transfer from one club to the other. What a lot of players need is exposure, and exposure he didn't get at Hawthorn. McDonald, had he have got that exposure, he probably would have played AFL football for quite a while with Hawthorn.
Sav missed a few of these last week.
Well, he's got to nail this for Collingwood. And he's got it. Collingwood have got there first.
One of the better kicks in the AFL is Sav Rocker. A beautiful kicking style. An object lesson for any youngster to head over the ball. And he kicks nicely through it. And here's McDonald. Runs on. Initiated it. Runs on. Kevin Worthington's number 27. Also, Gubby Allen wore it for a while.
Monkhorst, Allen. Monkhorst in front. Hume just takes it out. Darren Hume.
Former Frankston bomber.
And on the boundary line, Dipper has some news for us.
Thanks very much, Peter. They're trying to move Scotty Russell around the ground at the moment because, unfortunately, this young boy, Darren Hume, doing a terrific job. He started half forward, full pocket, and now on the ball. So keep an eye on the young boy, Darren Hume.
Patterson to Buckley to Monkhorst as Collingwood tries to set something up. Williams. Deft hand pass. McKay and Buckley. Krasiska and Dean. Williams again, left half forward, will kick this, you'd reckon, from there. Not this time. But the mark is taken by Rocker, I think just inside the line. It has been allowed.
Very good at running in front of the action, Paul Williams.
Gets a call from the umpire to play on, has to bend it back, kicks and kicks a goal. Sav gets his second. 3 points the difference.
That occasion was Paul Williams, who's done it on a couple of occasions, has can run well into the forefront as far as the play goes. Here he is in front of the action once again.
Is this ball out of bounds when he marks it?
Well, I thought it was Robbo on the call.
The umpire's right there. We can't pay it from up here. And look at the umpire's right behind the point post. I'd rather go with him than you.
Love an each way bet, don't you?
No, I'm going for the umpire.
Should be a politician, shouldn't he, Robbo?
I wouldn't last
Sit on
very
the
long
fence.
there.
Well, it was paid, and Sav Rocker kicked a goal, and that will stand. Brings Collingwood back to within 3 points of the Blues, 2-4 to 2-1. 7.5 minutes left in the first term. Pretty good crowd, which, well, it's normal, isn't it? Carlton versus Collingwood clashes here at the MCG. Great pulling power. Knocked away by Watson. Whitehead falls over, right, gathered by Dean. Watson maybe into his back. Did Buckley keep it in? The boundary umpire says yes. Buckley's kick to half forward. Clears both Anthony Rocker and Glenn Manton. And Manton takes it over.
That's all right.
Again,
That's all
okay
right.
too, is it?
My word it is, he couldn't turn.
I tell you what, if the umpires want to float on the share market, you'll be the leading holder of their shares, I would say, at this stage.
He cornered like a Bedford truck then, didn't he?
And the crowd thought so too. Boundary throw in about 55 metres from the Collingwood goal. Knocked down to Tony Francis. Well done there by young Hume, was it? In the half-back line. McKay kicks it away. McKay's kick just slightly ill-directed. Bounce was good for Shawball. Shawball's handball to Francis. Francis just a little underneath one to McDonald. McDonald's left foot kick will land at half forward. Big contest between 5 or 6 players for the mark. Buckley tries to force it forward. Kicked out of there by Hume. Back towards the centre of the ground. Gathered there by Gavin Brown. Hand pass to Patterson. Patterson's kick will go close to half forward, taken over by Hume. And the boundary throw in about 75 metres around from the Collingwood goal. Blues lead 2-4 to 2-1. 6.5 minutes left in the first quarter.
Just sort of get the impression that Collingwood's work rate has lifted a little bit in the last couple of minutes. Boundary throw in at their left half forward flank. Armat, now Russell. In a wide arc, long, up towards full forward.
And that wasn't a good kick.
Dropping back, takes the mark. On to Hanna. Over the head of Francis. Hickmott to Rice. Rice runs into trouble in Francisco. Crowd wants holding the ball. Hickmott again from Clappe as they share it around. Looks to bounce well for Hong. Armat nearly off the ground. From Hickmott up towards midfield. Russell, and he throws it out in front of him. Belts it onto Monkhorst. Has to beat one tackle. Right. Need to be quick. Wasn't quick enough. It's a good tackle from Dean. Monkhorst off a step to half forward. Anthony Rocker, the high flyer, couldn't complete the mark. Francis nearly KO'd before in a real crunch job. Back onto the ground, spears it up towards Buckley. McKay's got the job on him. Oh, Buckley, how did he do that? Amazing stuff from the champ. One-on-one contest. Rocker nearly for his third. Silvani, good effort.
Silvani, a good effort. It was a great effort by Sav Rocker to get his attempt to get his boot to it.
So one rush behind to the Magpies to make the difference 2 points. 2-4 to 2-2. Just over 5 minutes left. Silvani kicks in.
Tell you what, that was nearly a goal. Don't you reckon? I reckon he's back kicked that through for a goal, Sav Rocker. And the goal umpire just happened a little bit too urgently for him. The Blues let off the hook. 16 plays 14. Bradley short kick. Clappe has got the football. Manton is wide on this members' side, but Clappe goes to the outer side. Kick will be marked by Matthew Allen. Allen looking to play on, swings around onto his left foot, waits the kick out in front of Pearce. Pearce looking to run onto it. Not really advantaged there, but Whitehead went in for support. His left foot kick to the front of the square. Koutafidis couldn't take the mark. Liddell, now Michael, run down, caught with the footy. Koutafidis gets his footing nicely. Spalding, can he break away? Handball's out wide, Whitnell overruns it. Through goes Patterson, gets the ball to Krasiska, and the Magpies are away.
Not too much an offer on their forward line. Manton nearly, but this guy could kick it from half forward. Bradley chases. Williams backs himself. How's the kick? Not bad. He's bombed it. What a contest that was. Almost cheekily, he had a look over his shoulder to see who was chasing and where he was. He saw Bradley, had a go, and from 35 metres out, kicked a ripper.
You call it beautifully, Peter, and you're very observant. Now here it is again in front of players, Williams. There he is running onto the ball. He looks around, looks, and actually there increases the distance between he and Bradley. Great effort. A real speedster.
A great finish too there by Paul Williams to kick Collingwood's third goal. The bounce back at the centre favours Allen. Nearly knocked it down the throat of Williams, the Collingwood player. A battle there between Hickmott and Williams.
And the other good thing about Williams, there he is on the bottom of the pack. He doesn't mind mixing it in close. A lot of guys playing the way Williams has played early on in front of the action don't like going in after the ball, but he certainly does like going in. Well done, Paul Williams.
Ball bounced here, close to the centre circle. Big punch by Monkhorst. Gets it out wide. Rice, tackle on Patterson. Ball still Adele. He in turn, Russell rather. Hume about to run onto it, just overran it. Critical stage, Watson to Patterson. Russell to Patterson rather. Patterson's kick towards full forward, Silvani.
He pushed Rocker out of it.
Handballs it away to Hannah. Hannah goes short, not really to the advantage of Spalding. It goes over those players' heads. Overrun by Whitehead. Knocked forward by Shawbull. Then McDonald out to right to Osborne. Osborne runs right around in a big wide circle. 2 bounces to steady himself. Spalding coming off the ground. Osborne kicks in the direction there of Anthony Rocker and Manton. Gathered by Patterson. That's throwing the ball, isn't it?
Yep. Yeah, the umpire's paid it. Murphy coming on. This ground would be very hard to play. It's dried out. We're in the...
Just have another look at this, Scotty, with... well, the play goes on here. We might have another look at that earlier attempt by Sav Rocker. Gee, Silvani's kick, not all that brilliant, but he does well. Matthew Allen did well too. Silvani kicks straight to the opposition in Shawbull. Shawbull, hospital hand pass. Liddell, run down by Hume, got his foot to it. Mark taken by McKay.
McKay at the moment with the job on Buckley. Brown from behind will punch effectively. McDonald kicks across his body up towards Buckley. Oh, should have taken that one. Will he make amends? Can he make amends? Clappe and Murphy. The latter's got it. McKay. There's a blue shirt around. Kick comes up by Hickmott. No mark taken there. Murphy tries to set something up further downfield for Koutafidis. Kick number 4. Out in front of goal. Pearce, good grab.
It was a beautiful kick by Koutafidis.
The difference is they're prepared to put the ball out in front, Carlton, when they're going forward, whereas we saw Scott Russell's kick down the other end to Rocker. He brought it back in towards goal, whereas Carlton are prepared to put it out the space. There's Koutafidis centering the ball, putting it out in front.
Anstey on for Whitehead. A goal will put Carlton back in front. Pearce for his first. Distance shouldn't be a problem. He's about 45 metres out. He's got that, and he's got the accuracy. The Blues hit the lead again.
Brad Pearce, who had the knee injury earlier in the year, which delayed his start into AFL football this year, was a real speedster and a real problem when he combined with Kernahan up on that forward line. They were very potent. They had the high-marking Kernahan, and with Pearce, he was very hard to match up with because of his speed. You can see there the left knee heavily bandaged, and that would probably curtail some of his football ability.
And the ball bounced about 40 metres from the Carlton goal. Great knock there by Allen. Kicked away by Anstey. It may bounce out of bounds, will it? No, it won't. Getting back is Krasiska. Krasiska kicks into the middle. Missed his target by a big margin. Monkhorst able to get back and gather. Back to Shawbull. Shawbull towards full forward. Silvani. Oh, that could have really been paid, couldn't it? Hannah. A high kick close to the line. Over. He missed his target by a big margin too. And the free kick to be taken by Williams. Why wasn't that a mark to Silvani? Scotty?
Well, obviously it came off the hands of Rocker, who was going in front. Williams looking for options. You can see there, looking to the left. He's not confident, but he's going a little wider each time, trying to open up the goal face.
He's kicking to the front of the goals. Oh, terrific kick.
Excellent.
Beautiful positioning there by Russell. Somehow found the gap. Put himself in it. It was a beautiful kick.
Here's Silvani.
To Mark.
Well,
dead set mark.
Couldn't argue with you, Robert.
Oh, dear. And the umpire's 5 metres away from it.
let's give a little bit of praise to Williams. That was just sensational stuff by Williams, going right across goal face, looking for space, and he's found Scott Russell. He's had a quiet day.
Russell's kick could put Collingwood in front, and he does. They lead by 5 points.
Yes, all credit. There was a mistake by Hannah, and that mistake's costly because as Williams was very, very deliberate. There he is, looking for him, putting it into space. Just so well done.
Well, Scott Russell had to kick the goal. It was no gimme. So the Magpies back in front after Scott Russell's goal. The difference is 5 points. Allen doing well at the centre bounces.
He is now, Peter. He's got
Hume
a problem.
from Buckley. McKay over the head of Bradley. Bradley at right centre wing. Murphy, lightning hand pass, takes it on the run, kicks up towards Pearce, who marks. Good grab over Watson. Decides to play on. Long left footer. Kulafidi should get this. Still can't take a clean grab. Took a couple early. Hand pass to Hume wasn't effective. Right out of bounds on the fourth. Going close. Yes, it is.
Kurtafidis really should have taken that. It was a good kick by Pearce to get it down quickly. It was a one-on-one situation, and Kurtafidis, bigger than stronger than Michael, should have really taken it. But it was a good effort by the Collingwood defenders to clear because Carlton certainly had their chances.
Kick number 6 to Kurtafidis. It's coming around.
It's a goal.
It's a goal. He's kicked it. His second. Carlton back in front. Whitehead comes back onto the ground.
And Peter Dean going off. Kurtafidis 2 goals, 2. Should have really taken that mark earlier against Michaels. Good play by that man in screen there. Pearce getting it down so very, very quickly. And that is not an easy kick. Distance 50 metres. Very acute angle.
Actually, he's kicked 2 goals too, Kurtafidis, and he could have really kicked 4 goals. A couple of the shots in the first quarter certainly were convertible. Oh, Murphy. He was probably favoured by the bounce. Allen, get rid of it quick. It was Whitehead. Anstey to Dean Rice. He's a goal kicker. Dean Rice!
Rotten luck. Again, Matthew Allen getting involved early with a hand pass across to Whitehead. And he's also now jumping up a little higher than Monkhorst.
Hasn't finalised his contract yet, Matthew Allen either. I'd say he'd be enhancing his chances of putting another 0 onto it, Pete. Kick to himself was Watson. Hand pass closer to the line to Graham Wright. Graham Wright kicks in the direction of Buckley and McKay. Good play by Patterson at the base of the pack. Kicks across his left shoulder, and Osborne gets on the end of it. Richard Osborne, who spent a fair bit of the first quarter on the bench, came onto the ground at the latter part of the first term. Kicks it towards half forward, and a straightforward mark taken by Matthew Hogg.
2 angry men playing on one another. Tony Francis, Matthew Hogg.
Hannah marks, then kicks in the direction of Allen. I tell you what, he's showing a lot of mobility, Matthew Allen, and setting it up. This bounce is a little awkward, but Clappe had plenty of time, and then kicks in short, and Whitehead has run in support and has taken the mark about 45
With that
metres
new
out.
haircut that Matthew Allen's got, he's looking more like Justin Madden. He's lost a little bit of weight too. That's Allen, Matthew Allen.
He'd be happy to play the games that Justin Madden finished up playing, I would think. 270 something, I think, with the Blues, and over 300 all told. But this is Whitehead for the Blues, going for their 5th goal. Terrible, very, very ordinary. Out of bounds on the 4th. He's got a lot of ability, that young fella, but he let himself down badly then. So the free kick to be taken in the back pocket by Schauble.
So 2 shots at goal that probably could have been or should have been majors. Rice hit the post, and then that one out of bounds on the full. So Collingwood off the hook a little bit. Murphy! What a great grab! Came in from the side. Spectacular mark.
Goes back.
Bradley. Blues looking all right again at the start of the second quarter. Rice at midfield in front of Williams. Collingwood just look caught out of sorts at the moment, but not Gavin Brown. Brown to half forward. Rocker underneath it. That was Anthony Rocker. Silvani flips it to the front of the pack. Whitehead and Rice. A little gift to Silvani. Williams is there with him. Play down behind play is Rice. Is going to get a free kick.
But if we can just rewind play, I can't see the value in going across the goal. They went backwards, Carlton, then the turnover, and Collingwood really could have made something of it. I'd rather see the ball go deeper into the forward line. If a turnover comes, at least it's closer to goal.
Bradley to Clappe, the former West Coast Eagle with left centre wing.
It's basically to create a loose man, though, Don. Surely.
Yeah, I know, but you know that turned over then, and you know they were further away from goal than what they were 2 kicks.
McKay back to Bradley to half forward. Brown again to Whitehead. Whitehead pushes the Collingwood captain. Probably could have got a free kick. Monkhorst still Whitehead underneath it. Looks for a hand pass taken by Monkhorst, wrapped up by Hume.
Actually, Whitehead didn't do too bad there. I thought Gavin Brown was nearly away with that footy.
And here is Murphy, I think. Yes, here he is. Look at that. Good camera angle.
Arms and legs everywhere. Over the top of the big monkey. And an excellent mark. Umpire to put it down again. Just outside Carlton's 50-metre line. Fickle bounce. Allen. Koutafidis sweeps it out wide. Intended for Murphy. Picked up by McDonald. Onto Buckley. McKay and Buckley, one of the duels of the day so far.
Kick number 8 for Buckley.
Rocker. Anthony Rocker's come down with it. I don't think that was a mark, and I believe a correct decision. Francis snaps at goal. That's a beautiful kick from Tony Francis, and the lead changes again.
Oh, we certainly have got a game on our hands here at the MCG.
5 lead changes so far.
Well, while all that was happening, Ahmad has come off the ground and he's been replaced by Wild for the Magpies. Allen gets it down, but it's absolutely robbed by Williams. Brilliant read, and a lovely kick too. I think if you kick it to the advantage, surely the difficulty created for the defender is just multiplied, impossibly so.
He's having a real day-to-day, Paul Williams. That was just exceptionally well done. Really quite exceptional. The way he anticipated what Allen was going to do, cut across, cut it out, and then delivered the ball so well to Rocker. He put it out in front this time.
7-2 from Williams.
Now, to any youngster watching in, just have a look at this man's style of kicking for goal. A 45-degree angle. He'll let it go for about 45 metres out as Whitnell goes off the ground and Spalding on. Look at that, head over the ball. This is terrific stuff. Looks where he's going to kick there. Eyes back on the ball. Beautifully done.
Yeah, lovely kick. He's kicked his 3rd goal.
He didn't want to miss it after Scotty gave him a big rap.
He was under a little bit of pressure, was Big Sav, but he's got Collingwood's 6th goal, and that's the biggest lead the Magpies have enjoyed so far in the game. They lead by 10 points.
Now Williams going onto that left foot, puts it out in front. Very hard to chop off.
The Big Sab gets his 3rd, the first in this quarter. Had a stint at the ruck last week against St Kilda and did well, but he's doing well at full forward at the moment. Magpies by 10 points. Buckley out of the centre, bounces it across half forward. Rice missed it. Hume, a little gift to Hogg. Hogg with speed out of defence for Carlton. Kicks to half forward. Got a well opposition. Liddell off a step towards centre wing. Francis takes the mark. Hume stands the mark. Williams again coming in for kick number 8. Too far out to score. Kick and a half to goal from there at least. Big Sab in front. And the little rocker behind. I didn't see him. I was watching Silvani. He came across both of them.
He's had to take one sooner or later, Peter. He certainly does jump up. And one day he's going to take a bag full across half forward. I like him as a centre half forward. He's got a great enthusiasm. He jumps for the ball.
30 goals for the season so far.
Very important 7 minutes for Carlton if they're to stay in this game. Collingwood right on top at the moment.
Well, they missed a couple, as I said. Rice hit the post, and there was another shot, a snapshot that went out of bounds. Rocker from 40 metres. Kicked, it's close, up to one in the goal umpire. Maybe a behind, yes. It was very close. One behind by Anthony Rocker. The difference is 11 points.
So let off for the Blues there, Collingwood, with 11 scoring shots to 10. They lead by 11 points. Stephen Silvani with the footy, kicks it long, pretty well straight down the ground. Beats all players in that area. Now knocked forward in the direction of Rice. He's tackled from behind by Wild. A real contest now. McKay tries to get it clear. Monkhorst just bashes it back towards the half-forward line. The kick out wide has been marked by Krasiska. Krasiska got a little excited there. I think you could see a goal coming up. Silvani quite prepared to give away a behind. Wasting your voices, the fans, because there's no penalty for that. There might be in the foreseeable future. Collingwood lead by 2 goals.
I think a bigger penalty, and I think it was tried in the pre-season, wasn't it? The Lightning Premiership a couple of seasons
Yes, it
back.
was. It started last year. I think we had a few, well, innovations, if you'd like to call them that, to test the water, so to speak. Manton has marked the kick in
the left back pocket. 4-6 to 6-6. The difference is 2 goals. Rice in front. Monkhorst was behind. Now Hogg. Beautiful hand pass on the end of it. Bradley. Brown. A little bit late on the scene. No penalty for that. Koutafidis punches for Spalding. Tried to flip it up for Ratton. Eventually tried to get it back to Koutafidis. That wasn't successful. Still Carlton retains possession. Koutafidis on to Bradley. Time to steady. Should kick a goal from there, but bends it a little bit too much. And he's kicked one behind.
Well, the way he's holding the ball, the angle, and the pressure is under was always going to be a difficult kick.
11 points is the margin. 5.5 minutes to half-time.
13 possessions to Bradley.
This guy's been amongst them too. Slower start than normal for Nathan Buckley, and that's a terrible kick. That's out of bounds. You won't see that happen too often.
Well, it's not going to be an easy kick for Pearce because he's a left footer. He's hard up against that left boundary. He's opened up the goal face. Hickmont's been a little quiet, but he's a real goer, Hickmont.
Adrian Hickmont. Outside 50. Well, he runs around, giving the intention he was going to kick towards midfield. Ahmed in front, Koutafidis behind. Pearce loves these. It's out of bounds. I think that's on the full. It is.
Now, Rocker kicked one earlier. He went onto his left foot in the first quarter from identically the same position. Will Pearce go back further, then open up the goal face? He has.
Yes, kicks. And has kicked it behind, I believe.
Didn't go out as far as what Rocker did. Should have gone back further.
1 goal, 1 to Brad Pearce. So the difference back to 10 points.
12 shots apiece, Peter.
Yeah. I think we'll see, Robbo, a better kick in this time from Nathan Buckley.
Yes, I think that was uncharacteristic. I reckon he's a very good kick of the football, but
there's none better.
There's a few people that question it.
Oh, he's a beautiful kick of the ball.
I think if you get it as often as he does, you can afford to make 1 or 2 mistakes. That wasn't a mistake. It found Williams. He's still in the defensive 50. That's a beautiful kick by Williams. Out in the direction of Hamill. Punched away. Russell, that's holding the ball. Or
throw.
Getting rid of it illegally.
Having a dirty day today, Russell.
Hume in towards the pocket. Gathered by Hamill. Short kick by Hamill. Sets it up for Ratton. He can go into Koutafidis or kick the goal himself. And he kicks the goal himself. A very, very accomplished player is Brett Ratton.
He's one of those quiet achievers, isn't he, Ratton? He's not over-endowed with speed, but he just seems to bob up. He's like an engine. He just keeps on going. The boy from Yarra Glen. And I've been impressed with that young man, Hume. There's Ratton finding a lot of space. You could ask his question, where is his team and where is his opponent? And it's either Francis or Williams. So it'd be Williams. Yeah, it would be Williams.
4 points again the margin. Brett Ratton, winner of the best and fairest a couple of seasons back. Runner-up last year. Williams, long bomb. Silvani and Rocker. Osborne should be able to get something out of this. Patterson. Oh, don't tell me he's kicked that one. He has. Great kick. The goal umpire runs back to indicate 4 points. The ball bounced a little unkindly for Osborne. I thought it was going to be his goal, but he did well with a lightning hand pass. He got it to Patterson, and a fantastic snap there for him.
So I'd be manning up in the centre, and Williams was responsible for getting that ball out once again. And Ratton and Williams, if they're playing on one another, are very wide of each other. As the ball goes down, Good kick from the pocket.
It was a good kick, wasn't it? Because he didn't have all that much area to manoeuvre in. This time Moncor shoves it down the throat of McKay. Back to Hickmott. His kick will land at half forward. High flyer was Koutafidis. Ratton feeds it out. Put it down for a goal here if Bradley gets onto this. Shot for goal. Comes back, but not quite far enough. Bradley, 2 behinds. Ruckman having a good contest on.
Yeah, well, Moncor's just got the last couple, but Allen's the one who's been on top. Points would have to go. But I don't think that Moncor's is fit. He hasn't been fit all year. 7
hit-outs to 4. Graham Wright goes short, and this one's all right. Liddell's mark.
Moncor's very strong around the ground in bounce downs, but his mobility's a problem.
To Watson Shepherd on Pearce. The mark, the shepherding incident at the marking contest, according to the umpire down here on centre wing, and it's taken by Matthew Allen. He goes into Bradley.
Going wide once again.
Bradley should move it quickly down to the full forward line. Spalding trying to provide a lead. Maybe Koutafidis into the left forward pocket, and that's the direction the kick goes in. The high flyer, Spalding couldn't take the mark. The ball spills to the front. A good contest there. And a great tackle there by Hamill on Tony Francis, being acclaimed by his teammates. And we'll have a look at this shepherding. Siska took the mark, but the free kick was against Monkhorst on Matthew Allen. Whitehead tries to get rid of it. Ratton. Now Graham Wright goes for the boundary line. Watson would be prepared to allow that to go over. And I think again, I don't know how they pick out how they can penalise a player.
I think Glenn Manton's earlier was the piece de resistance today so far.
39 Carlton, 48 Collingwood, 9 points the margin. The Blues, Ratton, back to Anstey. Anstey hooks the kick to the goal square. Spalding, Whitehead, handball, Hamill, goal to the Blues. Now Whitehead is getting the acclamation because he did work hard at the base of the pack, and that's where the Blues are falling down on their forward line. They need those little blokes to crumb it a bit better.
Well, one of the 2 boys from Tuggerong in Canberra, that's where they started their football, gets involved. Ratton. And he in turn goes to the other Tuggerong boy, Jacob Anstey. And there's Hamill finishing off.
The team from Tuggerong, Don.
Tuggerong?
That's it.
Tuggeranong. T-U-G-G-E-R A-N-O-N-G.
Something like that. The ACT, Rob.
Well, we'll have people ringing up, Peter, when we get it right. You know that.
Buckley to half forward. Sab over the top. Has been paid the mark. There were a few hands there, and we may see it in replay who else had a couple of fingernails on that footy. Watch Rocker in front. Actually, Anthony had it in front as well.
Interesting one. Monkhorst off and Francis coming on. It's Matthew Francis. Rocker taking off the right glove. He's got the fingertips taken out of those gloves, just sticky palms.
He's kicked 3 straight today.
Again, we'll probably get a good angle. I hope we get a good angle on this kicking style. Just stay on him.
Well, he kicks them a country mile, so distance is not a problem. 40 metres out. Oh, gee, that's a terrible kick. Straight into the arms of Milhana. I don't know what he did wrong there.
Go Scotty.
Silvani. Hogg. Well, the big Sav will still kick 3 straight. Unusual for him not even getting the distance from 40 metres out. Probably even less, actually. Ratton spoons it out to Bradley.
Oh, well done, Bradley.
Flipped it up to Koutafidis. Koutafidis down towards left half forward for Carlton. Awkward bump ball. Schauble and Hume. Schauble taken high. Liddell, umpire says free kick Collingwood. No, it's not free kick Carlton.
Well, I was a bit with you, Peter, but obviously umpire Scott McLaren there, feeling that so-called hand pass by Andrew Schauble.
Well, he's taken high there.
He did throw down the back, but I thought the free kick might have been his in the first place. Collingwood fans aren't happy.
So a goal here would put Carlton back in front. 45 to 48 Collingwood lead at the moment.
It certainly was a throw in the finish, but Spalding's tackle earlier was a bit questionable.
ball he's kicking earlier in his career was questionable. That'll be a rushed, well, not rushed behind. Francisca might have gone for a rush behind, but it's out of bounds. Gavin Brown gives it back to the boundary umpire. It's a throw in Carlton's left forward pocket in the countdown to half time. 3 points the difference at quarter time. Less than a kick in it again at the moment. Brown dragged off it. Ratton's in there. Right.
I wonder what General Schwarzkopf will be making of this game. I'm looking at it. There are no positions on the ground. We have positions, as we know, but just look at these players. They're everywhere. There's a multitude around the ball. And to the uninitiated, it'll be a strange game, this.
Knocked away by Matthew Allen. Gavin Brown well tackled by Bradley. And the umpire calls for a bounce. Just seconds left. Perhaps not even enough time to allow the Blues to score. No, there's not. There goes the siren. And I would say a fairly entertaining first half. There's been a few errors, but there's been some good play in this traditional clash between Collingwood and Carlton for the Peter McCallum Cup. And at half-time, Collingwood lead by 3 points, and that's perhaps the way the game has gone, even as we watch.
Peter McCallum is still up for grabs between these two sides. 3 points the difference. It was at quarter time. Carlton in front then. Collingwood by the same margin at the main change. Monkhorst and Allen flipped up by Williams. Blues take control though through Bradley. Spirals it up towards half forward. Pearce. A big arc from Watson. And the snap at goal is off target, making the difference now 2 points in favour of the Magpies.
Pete, they've made a change, Carlton. McKay, who was going with Buckley in the first half, is now going with Williams. And maybe Bradley and Buckley will play wide of one another. We'll just wait and see how it pans out.
Well, they'd certainly get a few possessions if that were the case. Buckley to kick in. Made one of his rare errors doing that in the second quarter. Punch away by Spalding. Michael. Bradley again. Bradley at left centre wing to put Carlton back into attack. Hickmott. Collingwood with the numbers. Shawball. Back to Bradley. Pearce leads out well. Marks directly in front. So a goal here would put Carlton back in front. And that would be the 6th change of the lead we've had in this match so far. Sav Rocker missed one from a similar spot in the second quarter. Kicked it like a bag of wheat. And that's a similar sort of an effort. And off hands for a rush behind.
It was straight enough. It was just that it dropped. It didn't make the distance.
Yeah, a bit of steering in that.
He looks like he's hurt himself. He's favouring that left foot.
Bit of steerage in that kick, I thought. Maybe not quite following through.
Club physio running out to Brad Pearce there as the physio, wide of screen.
Buckley to kick in for Collingwood. Goes to much the same position as the previous kick in. And fairly straightforward stuff for Earl Spalding, mopping it up. He kicks towards centre half forward. McKay at the fall of the ball. Ratton. Brett Ratton goes for goal. Pearce and Watson. And another rush behind the Blues. So with 3 quick behinds, the Blues have levelled the scores early in the third quarter. Watson goes in short, and Alex McDonald would be fairly happy with the end result. Just a little fumble, but he's got the mark in the left back pocket for Collingwood. Now he kicks it very long. Dean over the top. Big punch away from Monkhorst. It wasn't Dean, it was Matthew Allen actually. Over the top there. And the ball will be thrown in between wing and right half forward, favouring the Blues. 48 apiece, Allen and Monkhorst. Monkhorst gets rid of the big Carlton ruckman, but taken there by Murphy. Away to Bradley. Bradley's kick to centre half forward. Koutafidis, but taken by Michaels. Hand pass. Out wide, Krasiska somehow gets through. Now a free kick is going back to Collingwood, maybe to be taken by Michaels. Mel Michael between fullback and centre half back. Hand pass away to Graham Wright. Wright's kick lands close to the wing and well marked in the finish by Weil. He judged it a little better. It floated with the breeze, perhaps, and Wild marked from behind the pack. He's kicked a centre half forward, punched away from Anthony Rocker by Manton, gathered by Silvani, not quite controlled, gathered by McKay. Wider hand pass in the direction of Hickmott. Williams, Hickmott, well done, put his body in. Patterson to Krasiska. Krasiska's shot for goal will be a goal to the Magpies. Carlton have kicked 3 behinds. All of a sudden, the Magpies go forward. And one shot at goal from Gavin Krasiska gives the Magpies their 8th goal.
Well, how often does that happen, that the one team can work so hard when going forward and the opposition one sortie forward and they capitalise? Siska sits back, lays on that, puts it high, hoping, and it just has to carry.
Terrible kick off the boot. Hume nearly. Hume finally in front of Oswald. Silvani. Job on the big Sav. Has played at full-back all of the match so far. Brown, bit of judgment. Good grab by the skipper. Patterson calls for it. He's gone shorter. Liddell. Sort of up and under kick from the youngster. And not a good result from Collingwood's point of view. Manton to Whitehead. Whitehead at centre half back. A bounce. Goes short. Spalding in front of Schauble takes the mark. At left centre wing.
Anstey off and Clappe coming on for Carlton. Clappe going down forward.
Michael was in front. Watson. Ratton and Watson now. Ratton with the speed. Watson pressuring him towards the boundary line. He'll be happy to see it over, and he is. The umpire says throw it in. That will take place at Carlton's left half forward flank.
Brett Ratton, 6 kicks and 11 hand passes, and kicked a goal in the second quarter. Ruck contest. Allen and Monkhorst goes down quite nicely to Hamill. Can he get his second goal? Hamill's kick to the square. Koutafidis.
Just too strong, wasn't he?
Well, he just has a magnificent build, Anthony Koutafidis. And standing his ground, judged it and held his ground and marked. He's only a matter of about 10 metres out.
Just a bit of busy. See the elbow just going out, just to nudge Michael out of the road as he took that mark. The left elbow as the hands went up above his head. That's all you need strength for.
Koutafidis has kicked 2 goals. Koutafidis has now kicked 3 goals.
Oh, just squeezed in.
Kicked 2 goals through.
I think there's a flaw. I mentioned that with the first kick, although it was a goal. There's a flaw in his kicking. He lets the ball go with both hands simultaneously. He should direct it down with the right foot.
Cougar's not entirely convinced.
No, I thought it was a goal too.
I wasn't sure. That's why I said wait. And it was a real line ball. Murphy
Keep
gets a
going.
mark. He plays on, kicks. That'll be a goal, will it? No, it's coming around a little bit too much for Murphy. And he's missed to the other side and also registered a minor score. His first of the day. So 6-14. Carlton have added, what, 5 behind this quarter. At least 3 of them should have been goals, you'd reckon. Arguably the Koutafidis one, but that's an objective thought. Watson will bring it in. He's got McDonald as his target. Murphy over the top. Good spoil. Whitehead. Inboard to Clappe. Kicks across Buckley. Not well delivered. Pearce taken out of the contest. McDonald over the top. Watson's his target. Has to beat 2. McKay. Back to Allen. Allen from 50. Slews off the side of the boot. Might come out okay. Koutafidis couldn't take it. This should be a goal. And he has missed Hamill at the post.
Well, you miss shots like this, I think you're dominating a game in the passage of play that Carlton have dominated since half-time.
So 6 behind they've kicked Robbo this quarter.
Well, you could throw the game away, I think. Collingwood have had it up there once and kicked the goal.
That's right, but if you work on percentages, it's got to go your way eventually, because obviously they're attacking the ball pretty hard, winning it. Just got to keep persisting, Carlton, and eventually it will turn its right their way.
Buckley now to kick in for Collingwood, and may have given it away again. No. Well, there's still a chance. Murphy, Brown, Hand pass, Carlton will get possession here. Ratton shrugs the tackle, he had plenty of time. McKay goes for goal. And Andrew McKay, the defender. It's taken a defender to kick accurately for the Blues.
Well, McKay just put it up high, hoping. He didn't look at goal, it was a snap over the left shoulder. And luck was a fortune. And here it is, the build-up once again. He hits it hard, doesn't he, Ratton? There's McKay. Slams it on the boot. He's gone back on Buckley, McKay. He was on Williams earlier in this quarter.
1 goal, 6 so far in this term by Carlton. Bottom line is they lead by 3 points. Buckley out of the centre. Hasn't bounced too kindly initially. With a cranium. That's a good mark. And his kick taken by Hickmott.
Yeah, Hickmott asking the question of Krasiska was dropping the knees into the head.
Big pack on centre wing. Clappe rows it well. Bouncing ball inside 50. Snaffled by Wright. Long hand pass. McDonald has to wait. Murphy might have taken him high. Umpire called play on. Murphy again. Ratton. Oh, beautiful pass. Spalding decides to play on. They're running rings around them up there. Carlton at the moment.
That's terrible. That play, though.
Why did he play?
Collingwood will get a goal here.
Liddell. McDonald. Murphy. Collingwood have been forward just once this quarter for a goal. Williams at midfield in front of Hogg. A little gift to Wright. Straight down the spine of the ground. Rocco needs to get back quickly. He is quick for a big guy. Gets the bounce he wanted, then fumbles. No one to give it to. And Carlton should come away through Hickmott and Bradley. Bradley's kick up towards midfield. A marking contest. McKay in front. Doesn't get a fingernail to it. Hamill. A little toe poke. Buckley. Back to Moncourse. Collingwood trying to get something going, and Wright maybe can give it to them.
Wright kicks it straight down the throat of Bradley.
Bradley really worked well before helping Silvani out as Silvani was running towards Rocker on the boundary line. Bradley using his superior speed, got in front, went over and harassed. That was terrific play.
Superstar athlete, Craig Bradley. Look at those stats.
He's certainly gone up a notch too in this year. His performance has been really sensational.
I read in the paper that, or the record a couple of weeks ago, 33 years of age and something like 260 games. Spalding does well and reads the pack. Down to Pearce. Can he get the hand pass away? Not really, but Whitehead has scouted it nicely. Whitehead's kick in towards full forward. The ball spills. Pearce. Pass goes Pearce. Oh, he missed. He was trying to be a little bit too tricky, maybe. He was on the wrong foot, but he tried that reverse punt kick and not quite far enough.
Had he had a right foot, he would have certainly capitalised. At this league, at this level, it surprises me the guys just are not ambidextrous.
Gee, the Blues could have nailed Collingwood in the early part of the third term. They've kicked 1 goal, 7 to a goal, and we've still got 12 minutes left in the term. So only about 7 or 8 minutes of footy dominated by the Blues.
They should be well in front. Buckley's kick in. Monkhorst paddles it to the back, only to see Murphy on the end of it. Beautifully delivered out in front. Koutafidis, surely you would think would kick a goal from there.
29 kicks to 14. 12 handballs to 10. 11 marks to 4. 11 times inside 50 to 6 so far in this term in favour of Carlton.
2 goals, 3 to Koutafidis.
It doesn't really say for much for Carlton that Collingwood could live.
Collingwood looking flat-footed so far in this quarter. Been all Carlton. Koutafidis close. That's better. That's a goal. He's second. Third.
3 goals, 3 to Anthony Koutafidis.
The difference out to 10 points.
And here is the build-up once again. This is well done by Murphy.
He's been terrific.
And there's kicking style of Koutafidis as he shoots for goal.
Gee, Murphy's had a purple patch in the last 4 or 5 minutes. A bounce, pretty good one, but one emphatically by Allen. Hand pass there by McKay. Hogg left behind, Whitehead. Beautiful gather by Ratton. Gets rid of it, kicks to full forward. The Blues have got it again. Gee, Ratton was good again in close quarters. He's helped to his feet by 2 or 3 of his teammates back near the middle of the ground. Watch this by Ratton.
And also the advantage of playing in front. See how far Koutafidis is in front of his opponent, Michael, and they're making a change. Moncourse going off, and probably Francis will come on, but Michael's really got to take the risk. I know it's hard, but he's just got to get in front of Koutafidis.
Ratton, 20 possessions, has kicked a goal. Koutafidis going for his 4th. He's got it. 4 goals, 3, which quite easily could have been 7 goals to Koutafidis, playing at full forward for the Blues.
Actually, that was a better kick for goal. He just held onto it just that fraction longer with the right hand. We'll see here the build-up once again. Hogg in there, he's a little gun. Whitehead quickly across to Ratton. It wasn't a good handball, and there's Ratton hitting Koutafidis.
Bradley, 23 possessions. Koutafidis, 15. McDonald, 17 for Collingwood. This is Hogg. Left foot kick by Hogg. Bounces awkwardly back towards the middle for Anstey. Graham Wright back to Buckley. Buckley goes straight down the ground, puts the pressure on the Carlton defenders. And Rocker has marked.
He doesn't miss those when he gets the mitts on them.
Well, the advantage of a good kick with penetration by Nathan Buckley, giving the chance here to Sav Rocker. And he will kick for his 4th goal.
Going through the same ritual.
Well, he'd want to kick it better than he did the last one, wouldn't he?
That was at the other end, wasn't it, where it
Must
just
have
wobbled off
stubbed
his
toe,
boot.
yeah.
The kick doesn't really have to be a long kick. Stephen Silvani is probably back off the mark by about 5 or 6 metres, but the kick will be from about 35. Pretty well straight in front. Oh, Sav. His first blemish, and it was well, just an average kick when you think about it.
2 average kicks in a row, really, because that other one didn't even make the distance in the second quarter.
Well, perhaps the ledger being squared a little as the Blues started this 3rd term with a lot of inaccuracies. Milhana gets past Robbie Armack, then goes in short. Hickmott couldn't take the mark. Goes after it again on all 4s. In goes Williams for Collingwood. Bumped as he kicks the ball. Patterson.
Well done.
Mark in the pocket.
Couldn't get it down.
Looking to give it off, but may have to shoot for goal. Collingwood's last goal in this 3rd term. Well, it was very early in the piece. They've got a chance here, though. Kosiska, did he run off? Yes, play on. Short kick, and it is marked by Williams within scoring distance.
Well, I suppose they've worked it well, Collingwood. Patterson had it over on the boundary line. It's gone to White, and they've taken it around. At least they've opened up the goal face. And this man can kick the ball quite a distance. So I suppose all that short pass and possession games rewarded them with a shot for goal. Can this be their 9th?
Well, important kick for Collingwood. They trail by 17 points at the moment. Shot for goal by Paul Williams. Just floats away to the left and through for his 2nd behind. He's kicked 1 goal too. Rocker is their leading goal kicker. That's Sav Rocker with 3. Anthony Rocker yet to kick a goal. The kick in marked by Hannah.
Milhana at centre half back, getting a little dark here at the MCG. Hannah, the veteran, to centre wing. Abbott in the middle. Ball fisted forward. Osborne started on the bench today. A couple of fumbles, but a real goal kicker. Doesn't go for the pins with that one. Silvani tried to spoil, did it effectively. Hogg, good gather at half back. And Carlton through Anstey will clear. He also started on the bench today. A little bit of indecision here. He's going to come back. Gives it to Silvani. They're going to move it over towards this side. Player on his own is Rice.
Look at the numbers.
2 more downfield. Well, they could have raffled it. Allen made a meal of it. Is that a high tackle? says no.
Scott Russell
dropped it.
Tackle.
Now Collingwood have numbers. Rocker. 40-metre hand pass right into the arms of Watson. 5 metres out, kicks a goal. Well, what a turnover that was on the centre wing. 9-18 to 9-8. The difference back to 10 points. Carlton had loose players everywhere. And it was a Collingwood tackle, I think, from memory on Hogg, wasn't it?
No, it was on Allen by Russell, and he was responsible for that goal. Now that all initiated on centre wing. Carlton had the numbers as they came out of their back line, but just couldn't capitalise. It was just a poor decision going to Allen. Allen a little slow.
It was a poor
great
kick.
tackle. Great tackle by Russell.
If you kick the ball emphatically like it was then, it can bounce off someone's chest. If you kick it softly, the guy's got a chance to run onto it. Matthew Allen and the ruck work being contested there by Francis. Clap A. Well, that wasn't a bad idea there to leave it for Bradley. Bradley's kick is marked by Spalding. Now, Spalding has had an impact. He kicks across the half-forward line, looks for and finds young Anstey.
Nobody seemed to be going with Spalding on that occasion.
Like to see the young fellas get a bit of the football. This boy is just a little undecided. Well, he's not quite sure of himself. You can see in the back line just a few minutes ago, kicked it away to Silvani.
Possesses a lot of speed. He's just got to get that confidence.
Well, he's got to get ground time to get confidence. He'll shoot for goal. If he can kick this, it'll help him. Just off to the left. And through for his first score, behind. And he's sure looking on. The Blues lead by 11 points, 9-19 to 9-8. Good mark to Alex McDonald.
Well, that margin could be a lot more had Carlton kicked straighter. Kick up towards centre wing. That's a gutsy effort by Francis, running with the flight of the ball. As Robbo said, he contested the last centre bounce. Plays it Monforce is off the field. Over the head of Hume. He takes it now from Ratton. Oh, right. Very balletic, but Spalding in. Spalding on the left. Pearce has taken the mark right next to the behind post. He decides to play on his own as Hamill plays on and goes. His second. All Carlton in the third quarter.
I suppose unselfish play by Pearce. A fortunate bounce as far as Spalding went, and as much as it was Wright who slipped. Carlton certainly have got the intensity, and they're going to be hard to match as they're now putting a little bit of gap in the scoreboard, but it's still not an insurmountable lead that they have got. It's a matter of 17 points, 3 kicks will get Collingwood up.
Well, they've dominated this third quarter, the Blues. They've kicked 4-10 to 2-2 so far. 14 scoring shots to 4. They may get away from the centre bounce again.
Yeah, they're much stronger, aren't they, at the centre bounce? Look at Carlton.
And gets it out to Ratton. In turn, Anstey. Hickmott was good. He just held onto the footy. Anstey's kick finds Koutafidis.
Yes, much stronger around midfield. Carlton taking the ball away. Collingwood running second. And that's where their drive is coming from. This young Jacob Anstey, who kicked the point earlier, hits Koutafidis. He's been a target up there, but he's been given a lot of room in which to lead.
He's kicked 4 goals, Anthony Koutafidis, and he'll shoot. Most of them have been around about this distance, about 35 metres straight over the goal umpire's head for a goal.
Oh, his 5th goal, the big fellow.
11 kicks, 5 handballs, 6 marks, and 5 goals, 3.
Allen's doing well in the ruck there. He beat Francis on that occasion, but I'm more impressed with these guys like Hickmott there. There's Ratton, Anstey. They're now getting into the action in around midfield.
That's where they're winning at Carlton at the moment.
He has been superb, Matthew Allen.
The other Matthew is Francis. Allen this time again.
Oh,
well, Williams
wow.
sharked it, as he has done a couple of times.
Clapper nearly took Williams' head off.
Osborne takes the handball at half forward. Long left footer. Osborne's kick is off target. Collingwood badly needing a goal. And Aussie putting it through for his first score of the day. A minor one, 11-19 to 9-9. 2 minutes left in the third quarter. Blues breaking this game wide open. Silvani's kick punched away by Anthony Rocker. Williams doesn't get the bounce he wants. Hickmott. Hannah kicks it to the man straight in front of him. Anthony Rocker, intended for Williams. Terrible hand pass. Hannah, a chance to mop it up. Francis likewise. Silvani. Manton. Anstey. And McKay on the end of it. Bradley, a quick kick to the boundary line. Brown and Clappe. Right. Watson. Underground hand pass to the skipper. Straight to the opposition. The mark taken by Hickmott.
Does a serviceable job, Adrian Hickmott.
That was a good play.
Unspectacular, but, well, you'd say pretty effective. Manton, did he get decked after he kicked it? Certainly a line ball decision to Carlton ball anyway. And Allen at right centre wing.
Should have given it to Rice.
It's gone down towards right half forward. Murphy's been good. Bends it back. Out in front of goal. Koutoufidis. Too easy.
It's embarrassing, isn't it?
It's been a pretty good move, though, hasn't it? Well, I thought Koutoufidis might have played in the back line today, but all day at full forward, and before three-quarter time, he could have 6 and probably could have had 9.
I'm talking about embarrassing because they haven't got a man to go with him, Collingwood.
Well, they've never had height in abundance on the back line. That's a goal, number 6.
But again, if you bring the ball down quickly, which Murphy did do and Carlton did further up the ground, that's the way the forward likes it delivered. It's just a one-on-one situation. And you couldn't criticise Shawwell on that occasion because he was in front. It was just a little out-muscled, as you see here, the chest of Koutoufidis going out there and just pushes him under, holds his position, then drops back and takes it.
3 goals in 4 minutes to the Blues.
Now,
But more importantly,
Buckley's now playing a centre-half back on Spalding. That's an interesting one.
they've kicked 6 goals, 10 in this third quarter to Collingwood's 2 goals, 3. Williams kicks it forward. Goes through Hannah, Matthew Hogg and Russell. Now Richard Osborne, nearly run down by Hume. Robbie Armat, snap shot for goal by Armat is a goal. So Collingwood get their 3rd goal for this third quarter.
Well, what they're doing, Collingwood, and have done it since Francis has been on there, is that they're putting Buckley back with Spalding for this bounce down. And then Francis goes on to Spalding, which allows Buckley to become a manoeuvre or mobile, smaller fellow on the ball.
20 points is the margin in favour of Carlton. The umpire to bounce on centre wing. Allen, Ratton. Allen just moves it forward. Spalding creates a path and then hooks across his left shoulder.
Well done,
good mark, Williams. Yep. And then kicks it out wide. Brown running away from Koutoufidis, then kicks high in towards centre half forward. Anthony Rocker jumped early, picked off there by Hickmott. He's going to come rebounding back if Murphy can get hold of it. Oh, he's jumped unceremoniously. Hamill, Liddell, Ratton, Godden, still there. Hickmott tries to back out of the pack. Russell for the Magpies. Russell's punt kick. Rocker, sad.
Great use of the body. Great use of the body. Just as Silvani was positioning himself to take the mark. Use of the hips. Well done. Here's Murphy, open as a garden gate. He was committed. You see there, as open as open. And really, he's up. He's all right, but could have been a lot worse than what it was.
Sav Rocker's kicked 3. 3 from 5, he can make it 4 from 6 and give Collingwood a stiff. Directly in front, he's hooked the kick. You would look, the body language tells the story. 3 goals, 2 to Sav Rocker. Amazing, isn't it? Carlton kicked something like about 6 behinds at the start of the third term down to that end.
He started
already
so well,
Collingwood
didn't
have
he?
kicked 4 behinds.
He started so well, Rocker. He kicked 2 goals, and they were very impressive goals in the first quarter.
19 points the margin, and Milhana will drive the ball back into play. Not a lead for him, Silvani. Not a great kick. Rocker traps it underneath. Can he make something of this? That's better, Sam. That's a goal. Number 4. The Pies are still in it. So important. The kick out from full back.
It was clumsy, wasn't it?
Even Nathan Buckley made a mess of one earlier in the game, so they've got to be accurate. This one wasn't.
Yes, it just brings you undone, doesn't it? With a lot of pressure on the kickers. I don't think too many guys like actually being the kicker.
Well, demoralising stuff for Milhana and Stephen Silvani, who it was aimed for. Rocker gets his fourth. And 13 points the margin. Monkhorst gets it clear. Not all that far. Murphy has taken the mark for the Blues.
They've really got to kick another goal. If Collingwood kick the next one, they're in real trouble, Carlton. So Carlton have got to go forward and capitalise.
Kicks towards Pearce. It rebounds back towards the middle. Gathered by Scotty Russell. Collingwood have got a bit of a run on here. Which way is it going to bounce? Kindly for Murphy. Then handballs it out wide. Anstey, not strong enough. Robbie Armack. Handball down to Watson. Watson looking to bounce, then gives the handball into Patterson. Patterson get run down by Rice. Back towards Watson. The advantage is with Collingwood. Watson's kick will be marked, and quite well by Buckley. Buckley in towards centre-half forward right. 13 points if he kicks a goal here. It will be 7.
When you go back to centre wing, Murphy did a terrific job in holding it up for Carlton. But Anstey, as Ian has already said, he's just not strong enough. We talk about physical strength, and actually they're replacing Anstey now with Whitehead, and he was brushed off the ball. Collingwood turned it over, and now Wright's going to shoot for goal.
And Graham Wright has made it 7 points of difference.
Nine goal kickers for Collingwood, only one multiple scorer, Sam Rocker with 4.
Now we've got a game on our hands.
Monkhorst and Matthew Allen. Monkhorst gets it down, but it's Ratton who takes it away. Has a look, kicks neatly towards centre-half forward. Punched away, back towards the middle. Hickmott gets it to Clappe. Clappe down the ground. No mark to Pearce. Can't control it. Flips it out wide. Hickmott. Out wide is still to Spalding. Spalding across the half-forward line. Murphy's on the end of it.
Well, the intensity's lifted as far as Carlton is concerned, because it was Dean Rice on that outer wing who really did sum up a situation. He went very, very hard with the flight of the ball. Now Spalding has lifted, as has a couple of other players.
And he played the free kick, not the mark there, Don.
Well, Murphy, who had a purple patch in the third term, is shooting for Carlton's 13th goal. Dipper.
There's a lot of trouble for Collingwood. He's coming off the ground. Looks like he's been concussed, and Krasiska coming back on the ground.
While that is happening, we watch Krasiska and Watson exchange on the interchange. Murphy to go for a critical shot at goal. He's put it through. The Blues have a bit of breathing space.
Well, they're not in a position to take it easy. There's still 8 minutes to go.
Collingwood need 3 goals.
Yeah, there's 3 kicks, Pete. But they just started to lift a little bit, Carlton, when they realised the situation. They definitely needed that goal, and that doesn't help Collingwood's cause. Now, let's see what happens in the centre bounce once again, because this is very, very important.
Margin back to 13 points. We've got 8 minutes left in the match. You would think Carlton should be safe from there. Monkhorst taps down. Russell doesn't get the run of it that he wanted. Now he gets some clear space. On to Krasiska. As Dipper said, back onto the ground in exchange for Watson. Francis up one-handed. His namesake, Tony Francis, out of bounds. He's out of bounds. The ball might be still in.
That was a great tackle, wasn't it, by Hogg?
2 angry ants. Throw-in will take place 5 metres from the behind post. He was collected unceremoniously in the first quarter by Peter Dean, Tony Francis, but came back on pretty quickly. Matthew Francis.
Yeah, now there's a free kick, and the umpire spotted it. Well done, because there was shepherding on Allen by Monkhorst, and it just didn't allow a clean run of the ball.
He'll go to Bradley. Bradley takes the mark in front of Patterson. Bradley just up from the back pocket. 23 kicks, 5 handballs, 9 marks. Stats we've come to expect from Craig Bradley.
Acting captain too. Great job by Bradley.
Oh, terrible kick. You want to boast about that one too much. Murphy to Ratton. Ratton at half-back. Spears the pass in to Whitehead. His efforts on the boundary line about 5 minutes back. Could have left a little bit to be desired. Manton back into the side today. Lovely blind turn. Confidence plus from the former bomber. Manton just off the edge of the square. Kicks to half forward. Mark should have been taken by Spalding. No arguments there. Ratton. Williams is down. Awkward looking kick. Hickmott trundles after it, sees it over the line in the forward pocket.
He's not over and down with speed either, is he, Hickman? Otherwise he may be carrying an injury, but he's certainly got the courage to make up for it. But Spalding very strong in the way he went at the ball.
He certainly was very good in that passage of play, Earl Spalding. Boundary throw in. Koutafidis gets it down to Hickmott. Hickmott back to Koutafidis. Found some space. Shot for goal by Koutafidis. Hooks it a little bit too far. And it's through for a behind. He's kicked 6 goals for. Well, Carlton are just labouring down in about 12th position on the ladder. I know that they've got to win every game and a chance to nail the opposition. They've had 35 scoring shots to 25. Missed quite a few simple, what looked like to be simple shots at goal. Doesn't help in their quest for positions in the final 8. Matthew Allen has marked and will kick back to the goal square. Spalding will have to go and contest. He does. Hume knocks it forward. Whitehead gets his foot to it and kicks the goal.
That will be the sealer.
Well, that was good forward roving by Whitehead. What the Blues have needed, they get their 14th goal and they lead by 21 points.
Well, Krasiska's off and McDonald's coming back on, but it was held up by Allen. There he is there. Ball put high, the big pack fly, and you've got to hit it hard. Not Hamill, it was Hume coming through, but then the strength of Whitehead and the momentum that he built up when he got the ball, just hard to restrain. He's kicked his first.
Just about impossible for Collingwood now. 21 points is the margin, so the Magpies need 4 goals and just over as many minutes. The centre square, or the centre circles where Carlton through Allen has been brilliant. They don't get it away this time. Williams. Now there's a free kick.
There's a Carlton player down and he's writhing in a little bit of agony. That's Ratton. Cochran maybe a backhander.
He'll take the free kick.
Tough as old boots.
Let's see what happened here. Watch behind. Or the Shepherd, actually, from McDonald. Wild comes back on for Monkhorst. Ratton with the free kick. Carlton doing all the attacking after Collingwood got to within 7 points. Punch away by Michael. Snap by Whitehead is off target. He kicked the last goal, but this time he's missed. 1 goal 2 against his name this afternoon. 22 points is the margin. 4 goals in 4 minutes 20 seconds from Collingwood. Richard Osborne will kick in, but Carlton from here looks safe.
Carlton playing the zone, and Osborne has gone long on every occasion so far. And I think he's going to go long once again. Oh no, he fakes it. Well done. He's done that twice today.
So the short kick marked by Liddell. He's been called to play on. Then kicks it out towards the wing. Allen contesting. Knocked away there by Hume. That hand pass was ill-directed for the Magpies. Chopping it off is Koutafidis. Short to Murphy.
Well, he's gone, Murphy.
Didn't cover the required distance. Obviously the umpire has paid it. Now Murphy. And missing the attempt at smother there was Sav Rocker. The ball spills to the back of the pack. Godden, Armat, over the top to Osborne. Osborne could run all the way down the ground here. 2 bounces, could have a 3rd one. Straighten up, and kick towards goal. Good kick in the direction of Buckley. He's got it. Not paid. McKay comes away with the ball. Bradley prepared to just kick it straight for the boundary line, and Buckley, I would think, would feel hard done by. I felt as though he had his hands on that. Dipper.
For Collingwood now has gone to full forward, and Sav Rocker's now in the ruck.
Andrew McKay's done a pretty good job on Nathan Buckley. Buckley with 17 possessions, 5 marks, yet to kick a goal. Rocker and Allen, Hume, out wide Bradley. Little bit of a misunderstanding there with Justin Murphy. And the boundary umpire will throw it in. 107 plays 85. the Blues by 22 points with 3 minutes left.
They set it up in the third quarter when they kicked 6 goals, 10. Rocker was moved into the ruck last week a little bit earlier against St Kilda, did well. Tony Francis pinned by Matty Hogg and Koutafidis initially. So Collingwood, if they had entertained any hopes of making the final 8, will no longer do that tonight. Carlton, a faint chance, mathematically possible, but not really feasible. Over the boundary line again as the Blues work it around the line, almost up towards centre wing. Gavin Brown moved on to Koutafidis, maybe a little bit too late. He's certainly quieted him since he's been down there, but the damage has already been done. Rocker loses out to Allen. Hickmott, or taken high by Francis possibly. Armat kicks inside 50. Good punch away by Mackay to get it away from Buckley. It'll be thrown in about 45 metres from goal. 14-23 to 12-13. Not too many kicks for Mackay, a lot of handballs, and he's done the job on Buckley. Matthew Francis in front, down to Wild, pushed as he kicked. Buckley, good use of the body on Mackay, opens up the gate just a little bit. The snapshot not bad. Anthony Rocker is there. Holding decision, Collingwood free kick.
Glad to see umpires now paying this free kick. It's right on our game. It's been there for years, and maybe it brings back body on body the way it was designed.
Rocker running back to the mark, knowing time's on the wing. He kicks and he goes. Or has he? Just a moment. Right on the goal umpire. Yes, it's there.
His first goal, Anthony Rocker.
Pretty soft free kick.
Well, if they're there now, they're going to pay them. We've seen a few of those jumper holding decisions paid today, and at least there's consistently umpire. And it's not part of our game. It's called holding the man.
Players commit kamikaze in the middle of the ground to get a free kick, and you get a little touch of a jumper in the forward 50 of either end, and a free kick and a free shot at goal. It's just not fair.
It is. It's against the rule. You don't let a hold on. It's called holding the man.
I think it's rubbish. 16 points is the margin in favour of the Blues, and still Allen continues to get the first touch of the footy. It rebounds here. Whitehead slips it out to Ratton. Ratton's kick. Hamill held. Didn't have it. Maybe the advantage with the Blues. Whitehead in towards full forward. Spalding looking for the free kick. Michael for Collingwood in the left back pocket. A bit of an up and under hand pass for Sav Rocker. He hand passes down in the area of Patterson. Hickmott does the pushing and shoving work. Francis and Matthew Hogg, two little antagonists, good at their caper too. And the ball spills for a throw-in. 16 points is the margin. 107 plays 91. And I was just looking at your stats, Peter. In games between these two teams over the last whatever period
century.
It is,
would it be a
7 or 8 years, there really aren't many big scores. They're all around 15, 16, 17 goals. So they are tight contests, and there's a lot of proud tradition between these two clubs.
Who holds the advantage as far as games won over the times that they've played?
Carlton have won the last 6.
110 to 100 in Carlton's favour.
It's amazing, isn't it?
It's going to be 111 to 110, I think. Rice from Murphy. Rice, a bit of space, hooks the kick. Pearce and Michael. Down to Murphy. Tackle on right was pretty good. Armat and Murphy. Pearce and McDonald and Shawble. The umpire will bounce. Less than a minute left. The Blues will win. They lead by 16 points as the umpire has the football left half forward for the Blues, about 55 metres from their goal.
17 points was the margin earlier in the year. This will be Carlton's 7th straight win. Spalding down, Godden up for the kick. Hogg gets a terrible bounce. Did well to come back and kick it. Rice in front of Wright. He'll just try and slow it down. Now he gets a call from the umpire to play on. Spalding, good grab in the end.
He's the only tall man there.
Well, Spalding too far out to score. Still in the centre square. Siren's going to beat him, I think. Carlton have won the game. You need to kick it. so Carlton have run out winners after Collingwood got to within 7 points in the final quarter, and the Blues have notched up their 7th win in a row over their long-time rivals. 215 matches between the sides, and Carlton's now won 111 to 104 have been drawn. 14-23, 107 to 13-13,